just wrapped up a negotiating class, hour-long negotiating class with my team. The topic for today's negotiating class was how to help your buyers get their offer accepted in this market. We know it's brutal right now in terms of being able to get your client's offer accepted. And there are so many different ways that one singular situation could play out. And in our negotiating class, we role play. And during the class, I asked one of the agents to stand up, and we were role playing. Given the context that he had been given, we said, hey, role play this scenario. It became very obvious to me about 10 seconds in that all of the material that we had gone over the previous time, he had not taken the time to learn it and really master it and become one with that dialogue, that style of negotiation. And I stopped him right there and I asked him, number one, did he study the script? And it was very obvious that the answer was no. So, well, I think you know what you need to do now. Let's go back and learn it. But then I asked him and everyone else in the class, I asked him this one very simple question. I said, hey, quick question for you. Do you think if you knew what you were doing during the negotiation, do you think that if you became more confident with this negotiation, do you think that would make you more confident or less confident when interacting with your client? Oh, well, obviously more confident. I said, well, why? Well, it's very obvious. The reason that they would be more confident in interfacing with the client is because they know that they're actually able to deliver more value. And that's the point of today's message. You see, there are too many agents right now in our industry that focus solely on the hunt and do not put any time or energy or focus into actually being a good agent. To them, being a good agent means being a good prospector. Let me dumb shit down for you a little bit. In 5 years from now, you will not prospect at all as an agent. Okay? There will be no more prospecting. The prospecting will be done by massive organizations, teams, brokerages, Zillow, Redfin. Sure, you'll still have your sphere of influence and people that know you, like you, trust you, but the prospecting that we know it, like the cold calling, like the Mike Ferry, don't die, keep dialing until your fingers fall off, that will no longer exist. And so, what are you doing to build your skills as an agent, as a fiduciary to your client? Your clients know you suck. They know you suck. And so that's why A, they do all the research for you. Okay. B, that's why they ask you for your discount. Because they know that what you are making, you're not actually worth. Because the truth is that you haven't taken the time to really master your craft. You're fake. Everyone knows it, you know it, and your clients know it more than anyone else. And so, and by the way, there are some of you that really need to hear this. There are some of you that are just executing on the high. This video is not for you. This video is for the agent that has tricked themselves into believing that they can sell snake oil to the client. And that might be true. Listen, it's true in some cases. You do not need to provide any value. It's just handed to you on a silver platter. The gimmies, if you will. But that is a small subset of the overall population. You see, the majority of people, they need problem solvers. Agents that are actually going to get shit done for them. And so, you want to be a better agent. You want to make more deals. You want to do more business. the number one way to ensure that that is the case is to build your skills as an agent. The process is an A to Z process. For too long, you've been focused on A and B. But guess what? There's still steps C through Z to cover. And I'm not convinced. In fact, I know. It's not that I'm not convinced. I know that most of you have not taken the time to even work on those crafts, let alone master them. To even work on those steps, let alone master them. And so, you know, I was I a little harsh on my team member? Yeah, but he got the message, and I know he can take it, because we've had conversations like that before, and every single time he takes that advice and he goes out and he crushes it. This weekend he called me. He said, "Hey Danny, this the buyers want to know, like, I got a bunch of people in my open house right now, and one's asking me about this and one's asking me about this, and how much do you think it's going to sell for?" And I'm like, whoa. And so we slowed it down for him, and I reminded him of some dialogue to use in those types of situations. And then he had gone from, in that day, up until like 3:34, or no, like up until about 3 p.m. that day, 0 appointments. Rest of that day, 4 appointments. So I know that he can take the advice that I give him and execute on it. The question is, who are you listening to? What advice are you going to take? And are you just going to take it, or are you going to implement it? And are you going to become a better agent because of it? The agent of 2021 in today's market can still get away selling the snake oil. It's not impossible. But are you adapting to the changes that are coming? And are you becoming the problem solver, the negotiator, and the fiduciary that your clients need you to be? If you're adapting and you're becoming that agent, you're going to win. If you're not, you still got time. Make those changes and go crush it. This is Danny Gould, everyone. Selling Silicon Valley. Stay legendary, everybody.